Welcome to the Orderica JMS training videos. In this video, we're going to discuss the Services section of Account Receivable. Start by selecting Account Receivable in the bottom left. There are two different parts, Sales and Services. Let's start by clicking Appraisals under where it says Services. Click the green Add button in the top left to add a new appraisal. At the top of this window, we have the Transactions, Customer, and General Information sections. General information will be filled out automatically. In Customer, you select the customer that this appraisal is for. If you've already created a profile for this customer, click the yellow Search button and then enter in information about the customer to find them. If you haven't created a profile for this customer yet, you can click the green Add button to create that profile now. After you've selected a customer, now it's time to add an appraisal item. Click the Appraisal button in the top left. Start by entering in the SKU of the item you are appraising. You can also press the magnifying glass to search for the product or gemstone in your inventory, or press the plus sign to create a new item. If the item is in your possession, select the box under the SKU. Enter the date the customer needs the product back, then enter in the estimated time of arrival. Then enter in the deadline for the entire appraisal. On the right, enter in the pricing information. Start with the liability value of the product. Then enter in the appraisal fee you plan on charging the customer for the appraisal. If this fee is estimated, click the box under it. If you are charging tax for this appraisal, select the tax box, and the default tax for this store will be added to the price. Then enter in a description of the appraisal item and any notes as you see fit. You can also add an image for the appraisal. Click the placeholder image on the right, then either select a file on your computer, take a picture with the camera that's connected to the app, or paste one from your clipboard. You could then use the editing tools on the left before you click OK to add the image. You'll notice that there's also a History tab that you can select at the top. You don't actually have to enter any information here, as it will automatically be filled out as changes and updates occur to this appraisal. Click the OK button to complete the appraisal item creation. You can also add miscellaneous items to the appraisals by clicking MISC. Then you can click on some of the sections to edit them. Use the red X's on the far right to delete any items from this appraisal. And use the buttons in the bottom when appropriate, such as Clone, which allows you to create a new appraisal just like this one. Click Save when you're all done. After that, a window will appear with a report regarding the appraisal. You can save this report to your computer using the Export button at the top, or you can print it for your records. Let's now move on to custom orders. Start again by pressing the green Add button in the top left to create a new custom order. You'll see a very similar page to the appraisals. Start again by entering in a customer just as before. Now the only difference on this page compared to the last one is the order button at the top here. Click on it to fill in the order details. Start by entering in an ETA, then select any of the boxes below that apply to this date. Then select a deadline below that. Enter in a description for the end of the product in the red box below that. You can also add other details if needed. Below that we have 5 tabs of information. We start with Tasks. Start by clicking on the Add Single Task button. This is where we can add a task that needs to be performed in order for this custom order to be completed. We start by entering in an activity such as CAD design or polishing. After that, you can assign this task to a user by selecting one here. Then you can enter in a start and end date for the task. Below that, you can enter in any descriptions and private notes if you'd like. Underneath that, we have the pricing information. The prices for parts will be added automatically as you add parts to this task, but you can enter in the labor costs as well as other costs as you'd like. Now let's move on to the Parts tab. Here you can add different parts that are needed for this task. Click the green Add button to add a new part. Use the magnifying glass button here next to the SKU field to search for a part that is in your inventory. Fill in some of the fields to narrow down your search to find the part that you're looking for. and click Select once you have found it. Then click OK. Add as many parts that are needed for this task and use the Edit and Delete buttons to modify your list. Next, we have the Attachments section. Here you can add attachment files from your computer to this task that can be accessed at a later time. Click the Add Attachment button, and then select the file from your computer that you wish to attach. After you've attached something, a user can use the Download Attachment button to download and get access to it. Lastly, we have the History tab. You don't have to enter any information on this tab. It will automatically be filled as changes and updates are made to this task. Press OK when you're done with the task. So here we can see the task has been added to your custom order. You can press the arrow button on the far right to collapse or expand the amount of information you see in this menu. The Parts and Attachments tab will automatically add and keep track of all the parts and attachments you add to each individual task. In the Notes tab, you can add notes by clicking the green Add button, and the History tab, as mentioned, will automatically be updated when changes are made to the custom order. You'll also notice at the top that some of the pricing information has been updated as we have added some parts and labor costs. Now you can add more single tasks to complete the entire custom order process, or instead of using single tasks, you can use multitask. The multitask option is useful because it includes a template of several different tasks that can be used for your custom order. You can go through the list and remove any you don't need by using the red X button on the right, or by selecting them and clicking Delete Task. You can also use the Move Up and Down buttons to change the order that which the tasks appear in. Once you have the set of tasks that you need, you can edit them just as we did before to include all of the information necessary. And as you complete or update each task, you can change the status to reflect the changes. Click OK, followed by Save to add the custom order. Just as before, a report will show up that you can print or export to your computer. Next, we have Repairs. This section actually works exactly like custom order. Use the single and multi-tasks to create repair services for different products. Now let's move on to special orders. This section is slightly different than the last two. Click the green Add button to add a special order, then click the Order button in the top left. Start by entering in general information like the ETA and deadline. Follow that with the item information like product type and category. Then enter in vendor information if necessary. Edit any of the pricing information such as cost and unit price. You can also add an image if you'd like by clicking the placeholder image and selecting an image from your computer, or take one with an attached camera. Finally, enter in a description of this order item. The History tab, as always, will be filled in automatically, so click OK to finish the order item. Just like the other sections, be sure to select or create a customer for this special order, and you can also add missed items to the order if you'd like. Click Save when you're done, and you'll get the report which you can export to your computer or print. Now all of these lists can be viewed and exported in the same way. You can click and drag a field to the blue bar at the top of the list, and your services will automatically be grouped and organized. You can also use the search button in the loading section at the top here to filter the services that are shown in this list by different fields, including customer name and invoice number. To change between the pages of services, you can press the arrow keys at the top here, or you can select the drop-down menu and select which page to switch to. Lastly, you can use the Export To button in the top right to export your services list to a PDF or Excel file. Well, that concludes our video. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at info@orderica.com. Thank you for watching.